Hi, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. Today we're going to try to do a full moon in Aries reading. Just a little support. I've tried to record this about 4 or 5 times. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to try to do it. Maybe we'll keep it really brief. So this is a full moon in Aries, which is a fire sign. Lots of fiery energy. Don't be surprised if you find that you have a lot of rage in your system. Now, it's your job to appropriately dispel that energy. You don't want to unleash the Kraken on every unsuspecting bystander. So find a healthy outlet for it. Maybe do some pillow pounding. Maybe, tantrum, vibrate your body a little bit to try to get it out of your system. The other thing, if you're feeling a ton of rage, write down exactly what you're thinking. There's a process, something happens in the brain. Because we have to write it down, it actually slows the emotional experience down, and it sort of allows that energy to dissipate in a calm fashion. So find a way to get it out of you that's healthy, that isn't harming yourself or others, okay? All right, Spirit, what else are we confronting? What else would you like to share with us for this full moon? All right, we have a ton of cards, but, I'm not going to take these. It's way too many, but I am going to honor these. We have boundaries and closure. Closure being incredibly important here. For some of you, boundaries is the name of the game. I mean, it's the name of the game for all of us. It's very difficult to continually drop in with self and ask ourselves, okay, does my situation align with me? Do I still, feel in consent with the situation? Boundaries are dynamic. They're ever changing because we are ever changing. There's so many variables when it comes to assessing what we are in resonance with, and it's really important that you don't just check in with yourself once a year, but literally once a day, or sometimes even once an hour. If a new situation comes into your field and something doesn't feel right about that, your intuition is, the alarms are going off for a reason. Your intuition is yelling at you so that you can hear your intuition, and it's up to us to honor it, okay? Some of you in this full moon, it's all about closure. I mean, I would say full moons are about closure regardless of what's moving in the collective. I'm forgetting now what I said to who, because I've done this video like 5 times, and for some reason something always goes wrong. So I'm just going to say it again. I recommend that you do a fire burning ritual. You can write down on a piece of paper everything you would like to be complete with, everything you would like to let go of, and then burn it. And then you could write on a separate piece of paper everything you want to call in, and burn that as well. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? Thank you so much. Okay. Slow and steady, guys. Slow and steady was the race. We have spirit guides, finding in reverse, and inspiration. Some of you are banging your head against the wall, trying to force a circumstance, a situation, or a solution, but nothing's going to work because the answer is actually going to be gifted to you from a divine outlet. This could be a message in the breeze, or it could be through more specific, like a meditation or something, going to church or temple or your mosque or somewhere where you're intentionally going to ask the divine for some sort of answer or specific help. I think this is really important for you to just take your hands off the wheel. That's what's kind of moving. Well, God, these cards are jumping today. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Be very careful of what you are calling in, because whatever it is, you're going to be asked to commit to it. So be very specific and make sure you are fully in consent with what you're desiring. another way to say this is be careful what you wish for, because it will come in, and something about this will require your commitment. So if it's not a hell yes for you, that's going to be a problem, because you're going to have to see it through no matter what. That's too many, Spirit. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Thank you. Okay, we have blessings, peace, and justice. Again, hands off the wheel. If you've been asking for something and something is not coming in for you, check in with yourself and your circumstances and your life. Make sure you actually have space and the energy to invest in this experience that you desire. Yeah, it's like you can't receive a blessing unless you have room for it in your life, in your heart, in your energy. A lot of people want divine counterparts. They want a partner in this life, and that's a beautiful, incredible thing. But do you have room in your life for a partner? Do you have time? Do you have energy? Do you have enough self-love and self-discipline to remain an individual, to continue to nurture your side of the street? If Spirit knows that you're going to completely lose yourself when a partner comes in, it might make sense why that partner is not coming in. If you continue to abandon yourself in your own life by yourself, why would Spirit gift you that perfect partner, that perfect job, that perfect soul mission if you are struggling to care for yourself? Okay, so be really kind to yourself. Offer yourself a lot of grace. The scales of justice are being balanced right now, and peace is on the way. So it's like, set it and forget it. Take your hands off the wheel. Let sort of the karmic, cosmic wheel turn instead of you trying to, a visual I just got. On The Price is Right, that game where they have to spin the huge wheel and it's really heavy and people have to jump up really high and then use all their body weight to make it spin. Don't do that. That's the visual I'm getting. Some of you are trying so hard to turn your wheel when actually the only thing that can turn that wheel is divine intervention. So again, take your hands off the wheel. Give yourself some grace. Take care of your body during this full moon because it's really intense. By the way, it didn't even dawn on me how many full moons on these cards. It's not really a specific full moon deck, but there's a lot of full moons in this reading. And this one too, actually. I just looked. Okay. What else, Spirit? Anything else on this? You have more peace coming to you than you could ever imagine. Beauty. More peace and more beauty. Your only job now is to enjoy your beauty. Look at yourself, look at your life in the reflection. Look at yourself and your life in the mirror and enjoy the reflection. Enjoy all of your hard work, whatever you've done to get yourself to this place and time. We have psychic abilities in reverse here. Some of you so desperately want to step into your soul mission and purpose. And again, there's a clinging energy to something. And oftentimes, the harder we cling, the further away something gets from us. The more we chase, the further it gets away. And when you cling onto something too hard, oftentimes it actually harms us, right? If you think of holding on to a rope, the harder you cling, the more rope burn you get, and you actually harm yourself. So surrender your will to divine will regarding your spiritual gifts, your spiritual career, whatever this is for you, and allow the transformation to take place. That literally came out of my mouth as it came out. You can't push the river. Let this happen naturally. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else you want to share? Unconscious position, we have strength in reverse. Some of you don't think you have what it takes to cross the finish line. You do. That's just false evidence appearing real. Fear. That's just an illusion. Just a false perception, a false story that you picked up along the way or someone told you one time and you believed that narrative. Okay, let's see what else. Anything else coming in? Thank you. Yeah, we have more transformation, more growth. Another full moon in that card. Anything else on this full moon? Anything else the collective needs to know? Thank you. Share your gifts. Share your gifts. Here's the thing, too. I think a lot of us, if you're someone who's listening to a reader like me, who's really calling each and every one of you, including myself, to a higher level of responsibility and accountability, sometimes we are so deeply yearning to be at our destination already. And so sometimes we think, okay, I just want to know what my gifts are. I just want to know what they are so then I could, step into them and monetize them and live a soul-based career and do all these things and do what I'm meant to do and live my soul mission. These are all incredibly sacred and beautiful things. And you have to loosen the reins of how it's going to come into your life. You have no clue how your gifts are going to manifest in this life. Like, say you're a really incredible Reiki practitioner. You might put all of your eggs in the Reiki basket, but really what your actual quantum cosmic gift is the ability to listen to people. And so if you go chasing and building a whole life around this Reiki career, you might be actually missing the core piece of what you're here to do. Or maybe your gift is being an artist. Maybe it's being an incredible singer. Like, we don't often know. Sorry, I'm getting emotional for some reason. Hold on. Wow, that really came out of nowhere. I think what these tears are communicating to me is that I think because of society and how we all were raised, we don't often believe that what we love is what we're meant to do in this world. And I think I'm feeling the emotion and of that pain of us, I've said this to you guys so many times before. Like, I always give the example of, say you are an incredible artist or healer and you grew up in a family that only wanted their children to be doctors and lawyers. And so you wanted to be a good kid and you wanted to appease your parents and fulfill their dreams for you. So you went through all of the paces and you went to law school or medical school and you went through such rigorous trials and tribulations for someone else. This is who I'm speaking to right now, that, that is a rite of passage. You follow that all the way to the end, or you follow where you're called to, and then you just feel, how does it feel to be a lawyer now? How does it feel to be a doctor? Is it satisfying or is it bleeding you dry? There's this great article written by a MIT neurosurgeon or something. He was a neurosurgeon. I don't know if the MIT part is accurate, but he was so fed up with the medical industry, with pharmaceutical industry, he just quit. He literally just quit. He took whatever money he had, and I think he bought some land in the mountains, and he just lives as a recluse. Like, he just spends his days hiking. And that, that was not what he signed up for. Who knows where he'll be called to next, but he had to honor his peace. He had to babysit his frequency. And he could no longer maintain that frequency in that industry, dealing with all of these bureaucratic, hoops. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? So I guess the whole point of this, sorry, I didn't bring it home. Let's bring the point home. The whole point of this full moon for whoever I'm reading for now, share your gifts, which includes what makes you come alive. Your gift is your joy. Your gift is your laughter. Your gift is your smile as you walk down the street. It doesn't have to be this, big out there crazy gift. If you have that gift already and you know what it is, yeah, great. Step into your gifts and share them. But the call is to allow yourself to stay open to curiosity. You have no clue how your presence will change someone's life. That is where we surrender our will to divine will and let spirit use us. Let spirit embody us. Let's be a vessel for this sort of quantum oneness energy, this unity consciousness, and surrender to where it might take you. All right, anything else, spirit? Anything else? I just got really fatigued out of nowhere. Thank you. All right, we have step back. Yeah, that makes more sense to me. During this full moon, it's really important that you take care of your body, especially if what I said in the beginning is true. If you find that you have a lot of fire in you, you have a lot of rage and anger, put yourself, what dilutes fire? Water. So put yourself around water, drink a lot of water, take a lot of baths. If you can go for a walk by the ocean or a lake or a river, it's better if it's moving water. You want that moving water to sort of dilute the density of your flames right now. And then we have self-care. Yeah, this is just, I mean, we're right on target here. All right, thank you, Spirit. In the unconscious position, we have signs. You can't receive a sign unless you're looking for a sign, unless you accept that there is a whole other, multiple other worlds out there that are open, ready, and willing to support you, your wants, your needs, desires, to help you through fear, to operate on your behalf. You know, call upon your angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, anyone that you know of in another realm that you believe in that can operate on your behalf. You can pray. I just listened to this whole thing. It's so funny. I'm not very connected with angels. I mean, you know, I do work with some of the bigger archangels, but it's not really a huge part of my daily life. But I watched this whole thing that you can pray to angels of unemployment, or angels who have really specific, you know, angels of like automobiles, you know, if you are having car issues, angels of, you know, angels can help you find a job. Like I don't have personal one-on-one experience with this, but I know of a lot of stories, and maybe it's, you know, it's time to, again, give it up to someone else. You know, take your hands off the wheel and say, please, guardian angel, please operate on my behalf. I can't possibly know which next way to turn. Please show me the way. Surrender my will to divine will. I will show up when the path, you know, when you bring me the path, or when I find myself in front of this circumstance or opportunity, I will show up. Just show me a sign. Or so you have to, some of you are also not believing. Thank you. I'm sorry. Spirit just was like, shut up, stop talking. Some of you are not believing the signs that you are getting. That's another big piece of this. Some of you are pushing these synchronicities into the shadow, and you're talking yourself out of them. Oh, you know, even though I asked for a blue feather to show up in my path, and I found a blue feather, it doesn't really mean anything. You know, bluebirds are around here everywhere. It doesn't mean anything. Listen, if you request something specific and then you get that sign, you better believe that it was 100% intentional and conscious and meant for you. Okay? All right, let's move on. I'm fading aggressively, so we're not going to go too much more. Let's get some self-care cards. I think we could all use some self-care. All right, for full moon support, what would support us? All right, we already had body care and self-care. All right, we have pleasure. So maybe some self-pleasure. That could be, you know, physical self-pleasure. It could be getting a massage. It could be really anything. We have deep breathing. We have burning bowl ritual, which is speaking directly to this full moon in Aries. I absolutely, without a doubt, think everyone should do that. We have connecting with the earth. We have looking to the stars and reading. If you're someone that has always wanted to get into astrology, even just a little bit, I think it would behoove you to just look up your birth chart and just start kind of peeling back the first layer. Get your, get the trifecta in. It's good to know your sun, moon, and rising sign, and just start reading a little bit. There's a ton of free resources online. There's so many things that you can, you don't have to get all into the nitty gritty of astrology. It's incredibly overwhelming, at least to me it is. But if you get your core three and, branch out from there, it might just be really supportive. Astrology always blows my mind. It's always been incredibly accurate for me. I think it just gives us some context. And, I say this with anything and everything. If it resonates with you and it's adding something to your life, it's helping you move the needle forward, then it's amazing. If it doesn't resonate with you and it's not supportive, then release it and let it go. We also have reading here. I think it's really important that in times of transition or times of chaos, to connect with words that really ground us. Now, this could be, sacred writings. This could be music. This could be poetry, art, novels, fiction, nonfiction. It could be any writing, any words that kind of help you find your center of gravity here. Yeah. Some of you in the unconscious position, we have take a walk. Some of you are working too hard. Simple message. You got to take a break. Some of you are burning the candle at both ends. And I really just want to honor that with this economy and with money troubles and all this stuff. I understand why you are working so hard, but you can't pour from an empty cup. And if you burn out, it's going to cause more harm, right? It's going to take you away from people, places, things, and opportunities for longer than if you just, took a 15-minute break every few hours and, went for a walk. Especially in the morning, if you can get sunlight in your eyes within the first 90 minutes of waking up, that would be incredibly beneficial for you. It starts, I forget specifically what it does, but it does something in the brain where it helps you regulate the hormones, or it kicks the hormones into gear so that, your body can start processing what it needs to. You can look that up. I can't intelligently speak on the mechanism of why that works or why it's good for us, but that is a big one. Also, what's coming through, it's time to try to figure out what a healthy sleep schedule is for you. Now, I honor that every single body is unique and different and requires different things. So just feel into what's appropriate for you. But if you find that you're not on kind of a regular routine, that could cause your body more harm than good. So just sort of babysit your sleep a little bit. Make sure you're hydrating enough. Make sure you're eating, nourishing foods and surrounding yourself with nourishing people, places, things, energies. If you have to turn off the news, turn off the news. I haven't followed the news in a very long time, and for a long time I felt really guilty about that I wasn't participating in the world and whatever, but I participate energetically in a completely different, equally as important, if not more important way. So, do what you have to do to take care of yourself. Let me just get one message card. We have idle hours. It says, take some time out to lie on the emerald grass. Yep. Can't say it better than that. It's time to really carve out sacred space for you to just shut down the engine so it could rest, so you could cool down and regroup and recenter yourself. All right. That was intense. This was, I think, my 5th or 6th attempt. So there it is. We got one. I'm happy we got it out. Much love to you all. I hope this was supportive, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to do your burning bowl ritual. Okay, goodbye.